which is the difference between, say, I try to decided and I try to make up my mind? So if I can make a couple of simple corrections here, Franco, we could say what instead of which. What is the difference? Why? Well, it's a grammar thing, but we use which when there are only two options. There might be many differences here, right, between these two. Which one do you want? The left one or the right one? I'll have the right one. Okay, there are only two options. So generally speaking, let's use what. What is the difference between saying I try to decide and I try to make up my mind? Try to decide, no D at the end, and I try to make up my mind. Okay. Actually, decide and make up my mind are basically the same thing in their meaning. But when we add try to it, it adds a layer, and also there are some slight differences between the two. Okay? So if someone says, I decided, then they'll say what they decided after it. I decided to go for a walk in the park today. Okay? Now, I made up my mind. I made up my mind to go for a walk in the park today. Are those both correct? Yeah, you can say both of those. Is there any difference between them? I decided to go for a walk in the park. I made up my mind to go for a walk in the park. Yes. The connotation is different. That is the understanding that we have when we hear it, the social feeling of the phrase. If we say, I decided to go for a walk today, I'm just saying that's going to be my action. I chose to do that thing. I made up my mind suggests that there was a previous period of struggle during which time several options looked very good, and I really didn't know which one to choose. Should I stay home and play video games all day? Should I do a Skype call with my friends or a Zoom call with my friends? Should I go to the park? Ugh, life is so difficult. How can I choose? Difficult. So there is a suggestion of uncertainty first, and then finally, I'm going to go for a walk. I need some exercise. I made up my mind. Now, there's also a suggestion sometimes when we use made up my mind, in addition to the fact that there's a period of struggle, and for decide there can be two, maybe, but it doesn't automatically mean that. So both can have that. But also with made up my mind, it suggests sometimes a lack of willingness to change or adjust. It seems more certain, right? Nope, he won't change. He's already made up his mind. We use the expression made up his or her mind when we want to emphasize that it's unlikely that we will be able to change their opinion, right? You've decided not to go out with us. We want to go to the park today. You've decided not to. Oh, why not? It's a beautiful day outside. Please, come on, let's go. No, I won't. And then another friend says, "Oh, it'll be fun. We're gonna go play volleyball. It's gonna be great." The other friend says to the friend who asked the second question, "Don't even try anymore. He's already made up his mind." Now, could we say he's already decided? Well, we probably wouldn't. We'll probably say he's already made up his mind, to suggest that it's firm, it's fixed, it's rooted in place, it's unlikely to change, it's unlikely to be moved, it's more stable. And in some cases, we could view that as stubborn. So making up your mind could be the decision process. It could simply mean decide. Very simply, I made up my mind to do that. But it could also suggest what happened before, which is a previous period of struggle, during which time we had several options and we didn't know which to choose. And then it could, and I don't mean always, but could suggest that once a decision has been made, it is fixed, and the person who has made the decision feels in some way slightly stubborn in their decision, inflexible, and will not be likely to change in the future. Okay? Then, for decide, make a decision, we use it for all kinds of different things. We can say it for any kind of thing where there are choices. We use decide. It's broader. It's broader. And it doesn't always have the connotation that I talked about, those two connotations for make up your mind, either before or after. And to be clear, it doesn't always mean those things. It really depends on the situation. Now, there is one more thing I'd like to mention quickly. When someone is delaying in making a decision, there are several options, and everyone else is waiting for you to make up your mind because you haven't yet. That's what we'll say. We won't say, we've been waiting for 20 minutes. We want to do something, but we're waiting for you to decide if you're going to do it or not. Will we say, we're waiting for you to decide? Maybe. But if we want to say directly to you to do it, we won't say, decide. Decide. That sounds very robotic, very mechanical. Instead, we'll probably say, please make up your mind. Make up your mind, please. Now, that one, make up your mind, please, can also be used when someone has changed their mind many times. I'm going to have chocolate. No. Strawberry. No, not strawberry. Chocolate. No. Vanilla. No. That kind of thing. The person who's looking at you, waiting for you to choose a flavor of ice cream, might eventually say, there are many customers waiting. Sir, please make up your mind. Now, that could be a little rude. Yes, that's true. But just as an example, a friend might say to another friend, pick one, make up your mind, as though this person is totally uncertain, moving from one decision to the next, jumping around in a very unstable way. It is very often used in that way. So hopefully, Franco, good question. Hopefully that answers your question. If you guys haven't already, make sure you hit the like button or the thumbs up. Make sure you hit subscribe or follow so that you can see future live streams. For those of you wondering when the live streams are, the best way to know is to subscribe. And also check out my full English language learning courses in the links in the description. Good question.